Hello everyone, welcome to the editorial of Geralt of Rivia. This is a Cypher September question of CodeChef, current challenge going on. It looks difficult, but it's quite easy. So it's based on graphs, but not definitely a difficult graph question. So you're given a number of test cases and then you're given the number of paths. As n is less than 2000, you will basically use an ON square solution, which basically simplifies everything. If the n had been large, then it would have been a little difficult for you, but as n is less than equal to 2000, you can easily use an ON square solution. So the question says that you are given the number of paths and the starting city. You need to go to that city and you need to choose the first non-visited path, and then whichever city you go to, you add the number of gold coins you can take, which is equal to the number of outgoing paths from that city. So suppose I go to A, that means AB, AC and AE, that is 3 outgoing paths. Do note that you can't count here as it's an incoming path to A. FA, it's an incoming path. So you just need to count the outgoing paths from AB, AC, A. So we take the earned gold points as 3. Next, we move to AB as is the first unvisited path, and we add the number of gold points to 3. Then we move from B to C, and we add 2 gold points, which is the number of this. So I guess you got the point. Now let me walk you through my code. So it's quite an easy code. Basically, you just take the number of test cases, you take the integer n, you add a character variable, which is the start city. Next, you iterate from I equals 0 to I equals n, and you push back a vector of pairs path A and B. Then you create a map which keeps a count of how many outgoing paths are there from each city. So map of path of I dot first plus it keeps a count of the number of outgoing paths from each city. Next, you keep a answer variable and initialize it to 0. You keep a visited array and initialize it to 0, so that you keep a count of which paths you have visited, and you keep a map which keeps a count of which cities you have visited. Map of int visited. Okay. So basically it can be char comment, but it doesn't matter because C++ is a typecasting, so no issues while one. So you keep on going and doing in this loop. It can be an infinite loop, but due to the loop invariant, it is not an infinite loop. So we initialize I equal to 0, that is we iterate all the paths from start to end, and wherever the first starting point of the path is a current city, that is the start city, and this path has not been visited, we enter the if block. Otherwise we continue iterating. We set the visited to 1, that means this path is now visited, and now we check if this city, that is the city we are currently at, is visited or not. If it is not visited, then we set the city to visited and we increase our answer by the number of outgoing paths the city has. And if the city is already visited, then we continue and we set the current city to the end city of this path of I dot second, and then we break the loop. So now if I equal to n, that is no path matches the constraints, that is there is no unvisited path that has or city as current city as the starting city, we break this infinite loop and then we print the answer. As you can see, this easily passes all the test cases. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any doubts, you can leave it in the comments. Please do like, share and subscribe our channel.